So in the last lecture we have covered coordinate. In this third chapter we have covered coordinate patch, proper patch. What is a surface? Examples of a surface. What is a shortcut way to find out a surface DG not equal to zero? And then let us go for the patch computation. So what is a patch computation? For that, um, rather instead of having a patch computation, let us imagine that if you want to find out if you want to put a patch on your uh, any dress. Mostly the girls will be having a more clear idea about how to do a patch, right? Suppose you want to put any patch on your dress, so what you do for that, in a very similar way, we are going to find out what is a patch computation. Okay, so let us see what is a patch computation. So first, what you have to do, let us have a definition of patch computation. First, we will read the definition. Let X be a mapping from D to E3. What is D? D is any subset of E3 space. Okay, for any point U naught, V naught in D, the curve alpha. What is a curve alpha? Is a function from U to U naught. V naught is a U parameter curve. Why it is called a U parameter? Because V naught is a fixed route and it is denoted by V is equal to V naught. Just like our suppose I want to say what is the x-axis, we will say y is equal to 0. What is y-axis? If we say this x is 0. Okay, if you put x, if I say what is x equal to 0, you will say it is y-axis. If you put y 0, you will say it is a x-axis. So in the very similar way, it is called a u parameter curve. That means v is equal to v naught is fixed route. Similarly, we can have a beta, that is another curve. It is called a v parameter curve. That is v is not fixed route, u is a fixed. What is fixed? U is equal to u naught. Okay. Coordinate patches are used to define the surface. Now we will consider the properties of patches which are useful for the studying of the surfaces. Or in another way, we have a definition. Let x be a function from D to E3, be a coordinate patch holding u or v constant. That means either it will hold u constant or in another way it will hold v constant. Is a function from uv to x of uv produces a curve. That means it will produce a curve at a point u naught v naught in D such that u to x of u v naught, that is u is not fixed out and v is fixed out, is called a u parameter curve. Why it is called u parameter? Because u is variable and v is fixed out. Similarly, we can have v to x of u naught v naught, that is u is fixed out and v is a variable, hence it is called a v parameter curve. So these are two definitions of our patch computation. So actually, now let's go. What is x of d is covered by the family of lines u is equal to u naught, t is equal to v naught, which are images of a horizontal and vertical line. Now let me explain you in detail. What you have to do is first take a line u is equal to u naught. If you fixed out a u naught, what will be the change? There is a change in a variable v. If we change a variable v and we are fixed out a u is equal to u naught. Okay. So this line, whatever we have, this line will be converted into a curve. Okay. So what is a curve here? U is equal to u naught. It means that it is a v parameter curve. If I say u is equal to u naught is fixed. If you fix a u naught, it is called a v parameter curve. If we fix a v naught, that is u parameter curve. So whatever the straight line we have, this u is equal to u naught will be converted into a curve. Okay, so here if we fix v is equal to v naught, it is u parameter curve. So this u parameter line or a line will be converted into u parameter curve. Okay, so what you have to do, simply whatever the lines we have, that we have to convert it into a curve. Okay, just like the example. Suppose we have a one अगर हमारे पास एक पत्रा है. Okay, so आपका जो पत्रा है उसमें सभी स्ट्रेट लाइंस होंगे ना. So it is just like this, or if it is some completely straight, so though वहाँ पे जो straight lines होंगे, that straight lines will be converted into a curve. That means if suppose you apply some mapping, suppose I am having this uh, object, that is any subset d of a e2. Okay, these are nothing but your straight lines. Okay, these are straight line, these are also straight line, these are vertical straight line and these are horizontal straight line. Okay, for horizontal straight line, we call it is a u parameter because v is fixed out, y axis is fixed, and here it is x axis is fixed. So whenever you are having u is fixed, it is called a v parameter curve. Whenever you are having v is fixed, it is called a u parameter curve. So here these are the straight line. Now if I apply a mapping, that is suppose I have some suppose this is a rubber sheet, and if I apply a mapping of straighting, so it will be somewhat one object in a 3D space. So what we have done, these straight line now it will be converted in, suppose this was our straight line, यहाँ पे ये straight line था ना, so if I apply a mapping of straighting, so this will be converted into a curve. Okay, so what are these curve? These are u parameter curve. Why it is called u parameter curve? These are a fixed out. That is, we are going to fix the value of y. That is v. We are going to fix v is equal to some v naught. If we fix v is equal to v naught, so these are nothing but your u parameter curve. Okay. So here we will get a u parameter curve. As it is not possible to do this, so I can put it in this form. So here we will get this curve. Okay, so imagine that you are having any rubber sheet and then you are converted into half sphere. So whatever the straight lines you are having, those straight lines will be converted into a curve. Okay, so if this is possible, this kind of things we are going to call it is a patch computation. सिंपली आपको एक पतरा लेना है, उसको बढ़ोना है, बढ़ोने के बाद उसको एक आर्बिट्री शेप में कन्वर्ट हो गया, दैट इज वन इन 3D ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, so here we are getting x of d which is formed by u parameter and v parameter curve. This is only for one. Okay, so how many straight lines we have on 2D plane, so those straight lines now will be converted into a curve, and hence it is called a patch computation. Okay, so here you can have a definition of patch computations. Sorry, velocity. Velocity vector at a u naught of a u parameter curve. To find out your velocity, as it is a function of u, you can find out a velocity. That is, you have to differentiate with respect to u. Okay, if you differentiate with respect to u, you will get velocity. Now, if you differentiate with respect to v, you will get a velocity xv. Okay, at this point u naught v naught, we can find out xu and xv. Okay, so at this point u naught v naught, what is xu? This is a nothing but the velocity. Okay, velocity vector of u parameter curve. So this is a u parameter curve. Why it is called a u parameter curve? Because v is fixed. Why it is called v parameter curve? Because u is fixed. Okay, so as it is a u parameter curve, you have to differentiate with respect to u. So if you are going to differentiate at a point with respect to u, this is called a velocity vector. Okay, velocity vector of u parameter curve. And what is this called? Is called velocity vector of a v parameter. Okay, so these are simply definitions of velocity vector at a u naught of u parameter curve and velocity vector of a v parameter curve. Whatever these things we are finding at a point u naught v naught. At this point u naught v naught, we have two curve. One is u parameter curve. What is this u parameter curve? And this is v parameter curve, which is called v parameter curve when you are going to fix u is equal to u naught. Just like suppose x is equal to 2, I am fixing. So there will be change in y variable. So here also if you put x is equal to something, or if you put v is equal to 2, you will get some u parameter curve. There is a change in variable u and you have to differentiate with respect to u. So this is called a derivative or a velocity vector of u parameter curve, and this is velocity vector of v parameter curve. Okay, how to find out this? Xu means you have to differentiate with respect to u. Xv means you have to differentiate all the functions with respect to v. Okay. Now let us go for the result. A mapping x from D to E3 is regular mapping if we want to say xu cross xv is not equal to 0. As I already told you that we have studied what is a regular curve. What is a regular curve? Alpha of t, that is curve alpha of t is called a regular if alpha dash of t is not equal to 0. So in the very similar way here we have to go for the extension. So if a curve alpha, instead of having a curve alpha function from I to E3, it is a x from D to E3 such that it is xu cross xv not equal to 0. Or in another way, here we can replace this for a curve alpha dash of t is not equal to 0. Okay. So let us have a mapping xu is x of uv is equal to x1, x2, x3. That is, which is some function of a 3 variable. Now it is having a generalization. Now we are going to discuss all the things in general. So the rank of the Jacobian matrix is equals to 2. Okay, we are provided that first in the first way. What is given in the first part? It is regular, and we have to prove x cross xv not equal to 0. Up to now, if I want to prove any mapping to be regular, I have to find out the rank of the Jacobian matrix, and if it is equals to 2, then only we can say the mapping x is regular. But now we can go directly xu cross xv, find out xu cross xv, and you can get whether if it is equal to 0, then it is not a regular. If it is not equal to 0, then it is a regular mapping. So if we have x of uv is equal to x1, x2, xv. Okay, so it means that we are provided the rank of the Jacobian matrix is equal to 2. So the rank of this matrix is 2. What is the meaning of the rank of 2 matrix is 2? Every minor of order 2 cross 2 is non-zero, or at least one minor we can get which is of order 2 cross 2 is non-zero. Okay, so at least one minor we are getting which is non-zero determinant. Okay, so hence if you want to prove xu cross xv not equal to 0, let us assume that it is equal to 0. So how you find out xu cross xv? So with the help of this, first row will be u1, u2, u3, and second will be derivative of x1, x2, x3 with respect to u, derivative of x1, x2, x3 with respect to v. Okay, so u1 as it is derivative of the now if you want to evaluate this determinant, you can evaluate u1 as it is, and hence we can find out the determinant of these, and this will be equal to 0 only if all these determinants are 0, or rather we can say if all the coefficients of u1, u2, u3 are equal to 0, then only this whole determinant value is equal to 0. But this is not possible because each coefficient of determinant is 0 separately, then will implies that the rank of a matrix is not equal to 2. Why? Because this is, if this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, means what? The rank of matrix is not equal to 2. But we are given that the rank of matrix is equal to 2. If a rank of a matrix is equal to 2, every minor of at least one minor of order 2 cross 2 is non-zero. Okay, this contradicts our assumption. Hence, what should be our assumption, or what should be the correct assumption? Xu cross xv should be non-zero. Okay, so similarly we can go for this converse part. What we'll assume in the converse part? Xu cross xv is not equal to 0. Now what is our aim to prove? The mapping x is regular. Since what is given to us, xu cross xv is non-zero. What is the meaning of xu cross xv non-zero? If you go back, what we have xu cross xv, this whole value u1 into determinant, u2 into determinant, u2, u3 is equal into determinant. Okay, there are some coefficients of u1, u2, u3 which are determinant, which is not equal to 0 we are given in the second part. What is the meaning of these not equal to 0? It means that at least one of the determinant from all these three is non-zero. ये इक्वेशन जीरो कब होगा? जब आपके सभी डिटरमिनेंट का वैल्यू जीरो होगा. So if we get at least one minor of order, at least one determinant is non-zero. So hence we can get at least one determinant of in the equation 1 is non-zero. So hence we are getting at least one minor of order 2 cross 2 which is non-zero, and hence the rank of the Jacobian matrix is equal to 2. And hence we can say if rank of Jacobian matrix is 2, by definition that we have seen initially in the first lecture, in the first lecture when you have started our third chapter, we can say the patch XUV is regular, or we can say the mapping X is regular. If the rank of Jacobian matrix is equal to 2, by definition we can say the mapping X is a regular mapping. Okay, now let us go with one example. This example also ensures that if you want to show the any mapping X is regular, you can say Eg minus f square is not equal to 0. This is also very easy. For that, we have to go with one mapping x is from D to E3 such that E is equal to xu dot xv. What is f xu dot xv? What is g xv dot xv? Okay, what are those xu xv? These are nothing but the derivative of x, that is our function x. Whatever we have x of uv, we have to find out the derivative of x with respect to u and with respect to v. Okay, now let us go with one by one. What is E we have provided? Let us find out xu dot xv. By using the norm definition, x dot x is norm square of x. Similarly, we can go with this. Now, what is cross product? The cross product of any two vector is norm of those and cos theta. That is angle between these two vector. Okay, so now let us find out what is Eg minus f square. So this is Eg minus f square. So this is a value is norm square of xu, norm square of xv, sine square theta. Now what is this xu cross xv? Norm square of xu cross xv is equal to, this is nothing but the dot product of these two. Now if I want to evaluate the dot product, first you have to evaluate this cross product. What is a cross product? Sorry, here it should be sine theta, no? So let me find out what is norms, norm xu, norm xv, sine theta, norm xu, norm xv, sine theta. Okay, so hence if you find out norm square of x, this will be xu square, norm square of xu, norm square of xv, that is into sine square theta. What is a Eg minus f square? You have found it is also, what will be sine square? 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. Actually, what is f? F here it should be dot product. Okay, by mistake here it is cross, so you should go with the dot product. So it is norm xu, norm xv should be cos theta. Okay, again cos theta is correct, but here there is some mistake. Actually, it is dot. So with the help of equation 1 and 2, you can say Eg minus f square are same. So hence xu cross xv not equal to 0 implies that Eg minus f square is not equal to 0. And hence we can say x is regular if and only if Eg minus f square is not equal to 0. Now you can go with some examples how to find out whether the mapping is regular or not. Okay, in the next lecture we will go with the geographical patch. What is geographical patch? I think you must know. You must be knowing that we are having the two things in our geography lecture. One, I think that you are having this globe. ग्लोब देखा होगा ना सबने किसी के तो टेबल पे, जहाँ पे पूरा दुनिया का नक्शा होता है, पूरी होल वर्ल्ड is put in this simply one sphere. And if you remember the lecture of geography, your teacher may be putting one chart of this आपका जो क्या बोलते हैं we say it is naksha. So actually the whatever we are having those, mm, I hope you remember that chart your teacher is putting on your board so that he or she can explain in this way. So actually, whatever the our world or the globe is, the world का जो भी नक्शा है, जो भी, so we can explain this whole on the rectangular paper, as well as we can convert this in the form of a sphere. Okay, that we are going to study in the next lecture. Okay, go with the examples, solve all the assignment. You will have the exam at the end of December. No doubt we will cover the syllabus very fastly. Not very much points are remaining. So here we have only this one, that is after this we have shape operator, that is a fourth chapter. In the shape operator there is not a much things to study. That is only we have in the shape operator we have to study some theorems, not much difficult. So be prepared with your exams. So let me revise what we have seen in this lecture. We have started with the definition of a patch computation. So what is patch computation? We have to just convert all the straight lines into the form of a curve, and hence whatever the object we are getting is with the help of patch computations. Now what is the next thing we have seen? What how to find out the velocity. That is, if it is u parameter curve, differentiate with respect to u. If it is v parameter curve, differentiate with respect to v at the point u naught v naught. Okay, now next we have seen is, if you want to find out a mapping is regular, it is very similar to our curve alpha dash of t not equal to 0, then we say that the curve is regular. Now if you want to say mapping x is regular, you have to say xu cross xv is not equal to 0. There a curve alpha is a function of only one variable t, but here it is a function of two variable, that is u and v. So hence we have to differentiate with respect to u and v. Now this is very easy, just you have to go with the what is a, hmm, whether we get at least one minor of order 2 cross 2. In this first, we have to assume contradiction and it will prove the result. And the second, we have to just get a we are having at least one minor of order 2 cross 2 which is non-zero. Here there is some mistake. So in F it should be dot instead of having cross. So dot product of this will be A norm A norm B cos theta. Now if you apply this is nothing but 1 minus cos square theta is sin square theta, and you can evaluate this directly with the help of this. If instead of evaluating dot product first, you have to first evaluate the cross product, then multiply, you will get the result. Okay, so this example also you can solve. What we have example x from E2 to E3, x of uv is equal to u square v square. As of we have already solved this example, will be not a patch, but if we restrict u and v both are strictly greater than 0. Okay, if u and v strictly greater than 0, then only we can say that this mapping will be uh, this mapping will be 1 1 regular. Okay, this mapping is 1 1 and regular. In the next lecture we will go with the what is geographical patch. Before going to geographical patch, we must know आपको ग्लोब पता होना चाहिए नक्शा कैसे है आपका स्कूल में ज्योग्राफी के लेक्चर को रिमाइंड करो so that you can have a clear idea about this. Okay. So much things are not remaining in our syllabus. So we have some small examples and the definition of shape operator. After definition of shape operator, we have only two formulas, that is Gaussian curvature and mean curvature. Okay, with the help of that, we will complete our syllabus. So let us concentrate on your syllabus, solve all the assignments so that you can have a practice of all the assignments. I think we must cover this. Okay, what is this? Actually, what is given to us? Describe the geographical patch x from D to E3 in the sphere. Show that x is a parameterization of x of D. Okay. What is given to us should describe the geographical patch. First, you have to find out geographical patch in the sphere. Okay. The mapping x is given. We have to find out the geographical patch in the sphere, and we have to show that x is a parameterization. Okay. After showing a geographical patch, we have to show the parameterization. What is given to us? D is a one open set which in which u is from minus pi to pi, v is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So what is x of u is r cos u cos v, r sin u cos v, r sin v. This already you are knowing how to find out the uh, coordinates of a sphere. I hope you remember in the classical mechanics we have the in detail study of this, how to find out the coordinates of the sphere. Those who don't remember, go to the notebook of classical mechanics. I have taken you in detail. You have to keep z as it is, and with the help of that, we have found the what are x, y, z. If you want to find out the coordinates of a sphere, at that time we have taken a help of a x square y square. We have keep one variable constant. With the help of that, we have found this. Okay. So these things you already know. What you have to do is simply those straight lines. Now we have to convert it into form of a curve. Now in this case, the curve is nothing but your half circle. Okay, just like the example here, we are having a this sheet. So this sheet is nothing but from minus pi to plus pi, pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. So what you have to do, you have to do some of mappings in such a way that this will be converted into the sphere. Okay. So if it is converted into the sphere, all the straight line will be converted into the half circle. You can see this. Initially we have a straight line. This will be converted into the semicircle. Okay, so here also if we want to apply this, will be converted into the semicircle. What are this semicircle here? This will be the semicircle, correct? So whatever we have u and v parameter curve will be converted into the semicircle after applying the mapping x. Okay, so here we have x of uv, this is xu, xv, that is you have to just differentiate with respect to u and v. Then find out xu cross xv, and if it is not equal to 0, then you can say that this is a regular mapping. X is a parameterization of this. So you can verify this easily that this will be not equal to 0 because here we have cos u cos v. So this will not be equal to 0 simultaneously, because if you see the what are the domains of u and v are provided. Sin u cos v will also be non-zero simultaneously. Sin and cos obviously not equal to zero simultaneously. Similarly, sin v cos v will not be equal to zero simultaneously in the provided domain. Correct? You can see here sin u cos u are not zero simultaneously on the interval u minus pi to plus pi, and which implies that cos v is not equal to zero in this domain. No, cos v is non-zero, otherwise, hence we can say x u cross x v is not equal to zero. Now, in the next part, you have to find out whether it is 1 1. You can take 1 1 very easily. The last variable is equal, so hence v is equal to v1, but in the provided domain, no doubt this. In the provided domain, v is equal to v1, but in the secondly, we can find out the mapping is 1 1, and hence we can say this mapping is a patch. Okay, so hence it is called a geographical patch. Why it is called geographical patch? You can remember we are having one chart in the geography lecture in which the whole आपका पूरा दुनिया का नक्शा उसमें कवर होता था, और आपका जो ग्लोब है, यू आर हैविंग वन ग्लोब. So in that globe also, I hope you have remembered, you have seen at least somewhere on the table of any officer, you can have the globe. Okay, so that's why it is called a geographical patch. Okay, geographical patch means we are having whatever the u and v parameter curve will be converted into the half circle. With the help of that, we are getting this. And just if you want to show the mapping is a parameterization. What is the meaning of parameterization? We have to show the mapping is, first we have to show x is regular, and hence this proves that the mapping is a, this x is a parameterization. Now if you want to show it is patch, if you want to show it is patch, we have to show it is a regular as well as 1 1, which means that it is coordinate patch, which means that it is a patch. Okay.